comes to the county.
Saw 4 big long beard. Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. I saw him with the turkeys every day. Every day, multiple times. I didn't see 3 weeks ago. Wednesday. Like, so I'm in the top.
I don't know what letter from the court he's talking about.
I don't know either. Morning, Lieutenant.
Good morning.
How are you?
That sign from.
You're not here on behalf of Sheriff Lusk, I'm assuming.
I don't think.
No, because he called me and told me he was going to be here to chair the meeting.
Okay. Yeah, he's coming.
Now, just you were there, you wrote it, now it's just me.
At least he said he was.
Well, they'll start pressure.
Go with that.
That's the
Right.
plan.
That's only as good until his mind changes.
Yeah. Not that that ever happened. At all.
Ever.
At the last minute.
Really mature minds.
Or late.
So I walked the edges of that. Everything you read about it, it's like, all break down, you know? When they do drought, I kept turkey there, that's something they just say, every road that I follow, now, I don't know. It's exactly what they were, so, that's the spot. Yeah. Even out.
Good morning, do we have anybody on the line?
You know, we have a requirement that he who chairs the meeting has to at least wear a tie.
Yeah.
Well, at least it isn't that he has to buy lunch.
That sounds like a better rule.
I can deal with the tie.
What, I mean, literally, right?
Where's my seat?
Wherever you want it to
If
be.
you want to sit here in case there's any questions.
So I can say, I don't know the answer, and you can go to Brian, and you can say, I don't know the answer, and then Brian can give us an answer.
I
How's that sound?
further and further from the truck.
The first email for the minutes came with this coded phrase. I tried to open it up, and I had some password.
It came again.
But I found a.
Was it something that they did by mistake, maybe?
Probably. Do you need a copy of the minutes?
No, I have it.
Okay.
But the first one had this code you had to enter.
My assumption is it was an error and they resent it.
Morning. Scott's calling in too.
Okay. Nobody has called in, but we're,
Are you, is it on?
I don't know.
good morning, who do we have on the line?
I don't know what I'm
Good morning, Jim.
Commissioner Maravito here.
I tried.
Here. Commissioner Metzger. Commissioner Masser.
Don't blame you.
Okay. Jill, I'll get a list of everybody that's here to you later on today.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
And we have Sheriff Lusk here and Controller Rogers here in person as board members. We do
Commissioner
have a
Masser is
quorum.
calling in.
He's on.
Okay. Do we have a quorum?
We do.
Is Commissioner Maravito?
These are your,
I have a cheat sheet.
the only one that's not, and it's President Judge Butson. She informed me she wouldn't be attending.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm Sheriff Lusk, and as the vice chair, I'll be chairing the meeting this morning, although Commissioner Macera is with us on the phone. We'll do a roll call first. I understand Warden Judge Butts will not be with us.
Correct.
Commissioner Macera, are you there?
Here.
Commissioner Metzger?
Here.
Commissioner Mirabito?
Here.
Controller Rogers is here in the room. DA Gardner
Here.
and Sheriff Lusk is here. Staff that are here as I look around are Director McDermott, Solicitor Bluth, Deputy Chief Stahl, and Warden Shoemaker. So with that, I would ask, everyone should receive the minutes from October. I would ask if there are any additions or corrections to the minutes. Having none, I would ask for a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll move to approve, Maribito.
Commissioner Mirabito, motion, second.
I'll second, Macera.
Commissioner Macera, second. The motion is second, all in favor, aye.
Aye. Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it. The next item on the agenda would be public comment only for agenda, public comment for agenda items only. Is there any public comment from those present or Director McDermott, anyone who
No, there's
contacts us
nobody online.
not online? Nothing?
Nothing.
Okay, there being no public comment, we'll go to approval for bills. You should receive the bills as would have been provided by Warden Shoemaker. Are there any comments or questions on the bills? Okay, having none, I would ask for a motion to approve the bills.
I'll move it.
I'll move to approve, Maribito.
Okay, Controller Rogers motions, and second, Commissioner Mirabito. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Nays? Ayes have it. We go to approval for personnel actions. Warden.
Thank you, Sheriff. We'd be seeking the approval of 3 personnel actions. The first is Rachel Fox as a full-time licensed practical nurse at the prison. Lane Gibson as a part-time pre-release center driver. And Tammy Toner as a full-time administrative specialist at the prison.
Any comments or questions for the warden on the personnel items?
What was the hourly rate for the nurse?
Hourly rate for the nurse.
$23.
Thank you.
Yes.
And how are we with nursing staff?
We are still down a nurse and have had absolutely no interest in applications or any of the advertising that we've done. I've talked to Director McDermott also about other alternatives.
Okay.
Desperately need a nurse.
Okay. Any other questions for the warden on the personnel actions? Okay, ask for a motion to approve the personnel actions. Anybody speak?
I move to approve, Metzger.
Commissioner
I'll
Macera,
second.
Commissioner Macera, Commissioner Mirabito, first and second. Or was it Metzger first? Who gave the second? Commissioner Metzger?
Macera gave the second.
Who gave the second?
You
I
said.
think Metzger first and Macera second.
That works, that works.
Yeah.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor, aye?
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Nays? Motion carries. Let's go to informational highlights, Warden, with your reports.
Population report for the month of October indicates that the prison had an average of 198.81 males at the prison, 32.19 at the pre-release center, for an average daily population of 231 and a peak of 243. For females, we carried 28.06 females at the prison, 9.77 females at the pre-release center, for an average daily population of 37.83 and a peak of 44. Our average daily population then within the prison system was 268.83 and a peak of 277. You can see our average daily population was right around 7 inmates more per day from September. The in-home detention program had a average of 38.71 males and 11.74 females serving sentences on house arrest. Overcrowding transfers, we had 1.16 males and 5.87 females for an average of 7.03 for the month. Our total for overcrowding and in-house population was 275.86, just about 2 inmates more per day, because we did see a decline with our overcrowding transfers for the month. So 275.86 for October of 2021 compared to October of 2020, about 30 inmates more per day. We were at 245 at this time last year. The next report is the prison disciplinary report chaired by Deputy Warden Barnes. In the month of October, there were 45 hearings conducted. 41 of those hearings resulted in a decision of guilty with lockup time. 3 of those hearings ended up with guilty with time suspended, and there was 1 that was found not guilty of the infractions. These hearings were held on 24 different inmates, 11 of which had greater than 1 incident, and there were 23 informational reports generated in the month by staff. The pre-release center report that follows indicates that in the month of October there were 32 males on work crew on the monthly average and 10 females. That is also the monthly average for the month, as we still are in suspension of our work release program. And the year-to-date average is 30 males and 9 females. The program highlights for the pre-release center that all staff attended gang training. That was conducted on October 26th of 21, and that was led by Training Sergeant Joe DeFrancisco. The next report that follows is the bail release program report in the month of October. The bail release program carried an average of 53.19 clients on supervised bail, 79.55 on intensive supervised bail, and 6.09 on supervised release, for an average of 138.83 for the month of October. Those clients saved the prison 4,304 bed days in the jail.
How many bed days? 4,000.
4,304.
Wonderful.
And the mental health snapshot follows that. The mental health snapshot was taken on November 9th. On that day, there were 352 total inmates that were counted within the prison system, 291 males and 61 females. The breakdown then of roster A, B, C, and D showed 160 males and 11 females were under roster A. That was 48.58% of the population with no mental health history. 54 males and 14 females were under roster B, or 19.32% of the population. That's having past mental health history but no active symptoms in the last year. 73 males and 33 females, or 30.11% of the population, were having current mental health history. And 4 males and 3 females, or 1.99% of the population, were experiencing serious mental illness. The psychotropic medications administered at the pre-release center, on this day there were 33 males that were counted, and 4 of them were receiving meds. That's 12.12% of the population. The females, there were 11 counted, and 5 were receiving meds, or 45.45% of the population. And at the prison, there were 199 males counted. 36 of those were receiving psych meds, or 18.09% of the population. And 33 females were counted. 18 of those were receiving meds. That's 54.55% of the population. The total inmates on meds at the pre-release center was 20.45. The total of percentage of inmates on medications, psych meds at the prison was 23.28. And within the entire prison system, 22.83% of the population were receiving psychotropic medications. Additional informational highlights: on October 4th through 6th, Deputy Warden Barnes, Deputy Warden Ebner, and I attended the Pennsylvania County Corrections Association Conference that was held in Malvern, Pennsylvania. On October 8th, I participated in the PIMIC Board of Directors meeting. On October 7th and 14th, members of the prison staff participated in firearms training and qualification. That was conducted by Chief Firearms Instructor Lieutenant Harry Entz. And on October 22nd, the prison staff attended expandable baton training, and that was conducted by Sergeant Joe DeFrancisco.
Are there any questions for the warden regarding the informational highlights? If none, we'll go to old business ReEntry Program, Deputy Chief Stahl. Morning, Chief.
Good morning. John Stahl here with the Adult Probation Office. We're reporting on behalf of ReEntry Services. At our previous meeting, I had a conversation with Judge Butts in consolidating our report for ReEntry Services and the ReEntry Coordinator position. Mike and I are still working on just to streamline the report, on both of those. Mike and I are still working on putting the actual report itself together. But with that, this month we'll begin with Mike reporting on behalf of both ReEntry Services and ReEntry Programming at the prison.
Morning, Mike.
Good morning. As far as ReEntry Programming at the prison goes, we have 17 current participants working with the ReEntry Coordinator and 23 pending intakes at this time. We just hired Annette Sander as our new ReEntry Coordinator, and she's started and up and running. Since January, we've had 93 intakes completed for the ReEntry Coordinator. We've had 82 LSIR assessments completed and 89 transitional action plans completed with participants in the program. And we've had 402 sessions with the ReEntry Coordinator. Total participants in the in-prison program who were released from incarceration are 75, and 57 referrals have been made for those 75 individuals, and also 126 other resources given, which is in the form of not referrals, but pamphlets and other educational information for those individuals. And that's all I have for the ReEntry Prison Coordinator position. And I'll move over then to ReEntry Services for the month of October. We currently, as of today, have 79 individuals in the ReEntry program. We had an average population of 78 for the month of October. We had 19 total intakes and 10 total discharges, with 6 of those discharges being successful program completions. Currently, at the end of October, we had 35 on Phase 1 programming, 19 on Phase 2, 23 on Phase 3, and 13 individuals in aftercare. We also had, at the end of the month of October, 73 individuals total on electronic monitoring, with a breakdown of 60 from the adult side of things and 13 on the JPO side. And I believe the current number for that today is 72 total. And that's all I have.
Okay, Mike, thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any questions for either Chief Stahl or Director? If none, we will go to Prison Board meeting schedule. Friday, December 10, we will be at the prison, not here at the boardroom. So we'll be at the prison next month. And the word has it, the word may have Santa there for us. Disguised, that's our solicitor disguised as Santa. New business, let's go to the DSA ITI Professional Services Agreement Board.
Yes, I just wanted to report to the board that in October, a contract was approved with DSI ITI to continue with our professional services agreement for inmate phone services. And included in that contract was additional technologies, enhanced technologies that will be installed in the prison that will assist with, not only with communication within the system between the inmates and the prison staff, but also assist the inmates with other opportunities to maintain in contact with their families, which is extremely important right now, especially with a lot of the shutdowns because of COVID. Another function of these technologies, well, I guess I should indicate that part of the agreement was for tablets to be installed into the prison system, and those tablets will also have resources for the inmates regarding law library. That's become a very hot topic recently with access to law library and the limited abilities at times that we've been able to offer that because of COVID. So we've been, we're encouraged with the opportunity to provide those things. There was other technology and safety and security enhancements also with this contract. It was a contract for 5 years, and is it at no cost to the taxpayers?
Any questions from any of the board members regarding what the warden just explained in the business? No questions or comments? Okay, with that, we'll go to public comment. Any public comment from
There is none.
internet?
No.
And any public comment from within the room here? Being none, that would complete our prison board meeting for today. We will see everybody on Friday, December 10th. I'd ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Commissioner Rubio, second? I'll second it. The motion is second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day, have a good weekend.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Good, how are you?
Well, hopefully that'll be the most exhilarating part of my day.
Be a long day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if I can complete these.
Not for an extended period of time still.
Yeah. So, Tony called this morning and asked for
Why don't we?
How'd I do, Sheriff?